Wicked has officially defied gravity at the box office, soaring past expectations with its magical musical numbers and star studded cast. But when it comes to the 2025 Academy Awards, well, let's just say the yellow brick road might not lead to Oscar gold. Today, I'm going to be breaking down why Wicked probably won't win at this year's Oscars. Let's get into it. But wait, before we get into today's wickedness, okay, I just want to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Jerica. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I will make the introduction short and sweet. Make sure you like, share, comment, all that fun stuff, and let's hop right into the video, girl. But before we dive in, let's talk about Wicked itself. Originally a best-selling novel by Gregory Maguire, Wicked: The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West, was adapted into a smash hit Broadway musical in 2003 with music and lyrics by Stephen Schwartz. I think I'm saying his last name right. I'm sorry if I'm not. The story reimagines the world of the Wizard of Oz following Elphaba, the misunderstood young woman who would become the Wicked Witch, and her unlikely friendship with Galinda, the bubbly and ambitious future Good Witch. Now, Wicked has finally made its way to the big screen, with part one released in 2024, last year, and part two set for this year, 2025. Directed by John M. Chu, the film stars Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, Ariana Grande as Galinda, Jonathan Bailey as Fiyero, Michelle Yeoh as Madame Morrible, and Jeff Goldblum as the Wizard. Now, with a cast this strong and a built-in fan base, I don't think it's an understatement to say that many think it will be an unstoppable Oscar contender, but as we'll discuss, that might not be the case. Now, I think it's fair to say that musicals in the Academy Awards have had a complicated relationship. Sure, we've seen some big wins. Chicago took home Best Picture in 2003, but in recent years, it's been tough for musicals to dominate outside of technical categories. For example, West Side Stories got tons of nominations but walked away with just one Oscar. Even La La Land, the golden child of 2016, infamously lost Best Picture at the last second. Meanwhile, I'm gonna butcher this, Les Miserables, okay, 2012, managed a few key wins but still fell short of the top prizes. Let's be honest with one another. Musicals have a history of being beloved but often snubbed by the Academy when it comes to major awards. They're seen as crowd pleasers rather than prestige films, which often leads to a lack of serious recognition in categories like Best Picture and Best Director. This reputation could hurt Wicked despite its undeniable impact on audiences. And there's also the issue of this year's Oscars race being completely stacked. Okay, we have Wicked, we have Amelia Perez, which I still have not seen and I heard is trash. But anyway, I digress. We have Honora, The Substance, I'm Still Here, The Brutalist, The Apprentice, A Complete Unknown, A Real Pain. I mean, all these films, all these movies are like complete powerhouses with directors. They each hold critically acclaimed performances and the kind of serious, dramatic storytelling that the Academy loves. They relish it, right? The Academy tends to favor films that push the boundaries of filmmaking or deliver deeply emotional, hard hitting narratives. Areas where Wicked as a vibrant musical might not compete as effectively, which is debatable because Wicked carries such a universal message of being othered. It carries a deep connection to that side of everyone who has felt left out or shunned or, marginalized. It carries such a message with it that you have to take it serious, in my opinion. Another major hurdle? The critics. While Wicked has been a massive hit with audiences, critics have been a little more divided. Some love the performances. Cynthia Erivo's Elphaba and Ariana Grande's Galinda are undeniable highlights, but others have criticized the film's pacing, visual effects, and the decision to split it into two parts. And let's be real, when it comes to winning an Oscar, critical acclaim matters. For example, the film's CGI and production design, while dazzling, have been polarizing, with some reviews pointing out that the visuals don't always feel seamless. If the technical execution of Wicked doesn't impress enough, it could struggle to win voters over in categories like Best Production Design and Best Visual Effects. But speaking of the two-part decision, it might actually work against Wicked. History has shown that when a film is split into multiple parts, the first half rarely gets the major awards. Think Dune Part 1. It won technical Oscars but missed out on Best Picture and major acting wins because the Academy was waiting for the full story. The same thing could happen to Wicked, with voters holding off until Wicked Part 2 to decide if the story as a whole is truly Oscar worthy. So, what exactly is Wicked nominated for? It's nominated for Best Picture, Best Actress, Cynthia Erivo, Best Supporting Actress, Ariana Grande, Best Production Design, Best Costume Design, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, Best Original Song, Best Sound, and Best Visual Effects. I think I'm missing one, but I think that's all. And I'm not going to discredit Wicked. While it stands a good chance in technical categories like costume design and production design, winning in the major categories, like especially Best Picture, is a long shot. And historically, the Academy leans towards weighty dramas for the top prize, making Wicked's chances of winning Best Picture extremely slim. But at the end of the day, Wicked is a visually stunning, entertaining film that will probably take home awards for costumes, production design, and maybe even an acting nomination or two. But when it comes to the big categories like Best Picture, Best Director, or even Best Actress, the odds aren't exactly in its favor. However, that doesn't mean Wicked is a failure. Far from it. With a massive fan base, a strong box office performance, and part two on the way, its legacy is already cemented. And you know what? I wish the title of this video was different. I wish it could be Why Wicked Will Dominate the Oscars, but I'm a hopeless romantic, but I'm not that hopeless. Like I can be a realist sometimes. And one of the biggest reasons I think Wicked deserves Oscar gold is the performances. I mean, Cynthia Erivo delivers such a breathtaking, deeply emotional portrayal of Elphaba, bringing new layers of vulnerability and strength to the character. Her powerhouse vocals and acting abilities make her a strong contender for Best Actress. And let's not forget Ariana Grande. She brings the charm, nuance, and stunning vocal precision to Galinda. Her performance is more than just, comedic relief. It's a complex and heartfelt take on a character we thought we knew. Both of their performances deserve to be recognized. And beyond the performances, Wicked is a visual spectacle. The production design, costumes, and visual effects are nothing short of magical. Every frame is filled with intricate detail, from the emerald green landscapes of Oz to Galinda's shimmering wardrobe. The costume design, led by Paul Tazwell, brings new vibrancy to an already beloved aesthetic, and the makeup, hairstyling transforms the actors into their iconic roles. These elements make Wicked a serious contender in categories like Best Production Design, Best Costume Design, and Best Makeup and Hairstyling. And some might say musicals struggle at the Oscars, but history tells us otherwise. Like I said before, Chicago won Best Picture in 2003. La La Land, despite the infamous mix-up, dominated the 2017 Oscars. I mean, Wicked has the same potential to make a major impact. But even saying all that, beyond the Academy, Wicked has already won the hearts of audiences worldwide. The film's box office numbers proves its popularity and its culture influence is undeniable. From Broadway to the big screen, this story continues to resonate with generations. The film captures a level of love and devotion that should not be overlooked by the Academy. And you know what? I went to go see this movie twice. I was a bit skeptical about it in the beginning because the advertisements were beginning to be like too much for me, that I was like, okay, bro, I'm just not gonna see the film because like y'all are doing way too much with these ads, bro. I can't breathe. Let me breathe. Let me miss it for a second. Okay, stop spoiling me. But I watched it twice. I went the first time with my sister, and then the second time I went by myself, and I watched it by myself. And I'm like, why am I so hooked on this movie? And it's because I resonate with it. I resonate with it because I know the feeling of being kind of outcasted. I always felt othered because, as a child in the second grade, I developed early. I was the tallest one out of everyone, every boy, every girl in my class. I just felt so out of place. I don't know how to describe it. And the way that Cynthia Erivo portrays that in this film left me like teary eyed because it's kind of like I was watching myself. And in some scenes, I kind of felt like, wow, if only I had the courage. I don't know, it's being othered is a universal feeling. I feel like we've all experienced it, no matter what race, ethnicity, gender, whatever background we've come from. I feel like we've all been not necessarily shunned, but pushed out of one group or another, just because of the way that we are. And like I said, I was not like wicked girly. I never saw the Broadway show. I saw The Wizard of Oz. I like The Wizard of Oz. I like The Wiz. The fact that the Wicked Witch of the West had a backstory was interesting enough to me. So all the advertisement that came around this and stuff like that, it wasn't needed for me because I was already taking interest in the story. And so it got a little bit annoying towards the end before it released in theaters. But I'm super, super glad that that didn't steer me away from not watching the film because I really, really, really do resonate with it. And its universal message of kindness and just giving that one odd person a chance, showing them kindness, offering friendship. And you never know what can blossom from that, right? At the end of the day, Wicked is more than just a musical. It's an unforgettable cinematic experience, but beyond the dazzling spectacle, the film carries a message that resonates deeply. Who we are is not always how we are seen. That's what I got from it. Elphaba's journey reminds us that being different isn't a weakness, it's a strength. And her story of resilience, self acceptance, and the power of friendship is one that continues to inspire. That's why Wicked should win at the Oscars, not just for its artistry, but for the message it sends to millions. In a world that often judges by appearances, Wicked challenges us to look deeper. And if that isn't Oscar worthy, I don't know what is, to be honest. So, what do you think? Does Wicked deserve to win big at the Oscars? Let's discuss this in the comments below, people. Okay, guys, that was the video. Oh my gosh, I really do want it to win all the Oscars it was nominated for. Wicked was such a moment for 2024. Wicked was such a moment. Oh my god. I am going to be so bummed. I hope I'm wrong in this video. I hope that it just takes a clean sweep at the Oscars and I'm just going to be sitting there like, I'm going to be so happy, but I don't feel like the film needs all the accolades because the message that it spreads, it's way more important than a statuette. You know what I'm saying? And hey, after the Oscars, if you're done watching and you want to come back to this video and be like, oh my god, they won, or you just want to come back and express your feelings in the moment of whether they won or they didn't, go ahead, use the comment section down below to create that space. You see what I did there? But yeah, that's all I have to say for today's video. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Oh my gosh, I know you have your pick of the litter. I say this every single freaking time and I won't stop saying it. I know you have your pick of the litter when it comes to content creators. So the fact that you saw my thumbnail, you clicked on the video, you stayed for half or full duration of the video, and you left a comment, you liked, you shared. I really, really do appreciate it, you guys. I really, really do. Everything I do is with good intention, and I never mean to offend anyone or unless I say it in the video. If I do mean to offend you, I will say it in the video. I'm going to be very blunt in that aspect, you know, but thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, spread kindness, be kind, and I will see you in my next video.